Hi guys, I'll just wait for a few more people to hop on before I start going into my introductions. I hope you can all hear me okay. I can see comments coming in, so that's wonderful. Recognising a few names, which is always lovely to see. And I'm starting off the right way round today, so you can see my details immediately. And you'll also be able to see that there is 20% off on the website with the code Yorkshire Yarn Fest. So anything you see today, unless I'm talking about a club, you can get a discount on that. And that is the website details. Thank you. I can say Taschen Tigerin. I was wondering how to say that. My German is rusty. Okay, so I've got quite a few people here now. So this is my little stall. I will give you a brief hello. I know the yarn is more interesting than my face, but I'm wearing a sweater that I made with my hand-dyed yarn. I am Needle and Fred, which you will have seen from the signs. And my name's Libby, and I hand dye all of this lovely yarn up in Manchester in the UK. And yeah, I'll tell you a little bit about it. I've got everything from BFL, which I love, so I'll try not to rattle on too much about how awesome BFL is. I've also got merino, mohair, Surrey alpaca, I think that's it, but I have a variety of weights as well. So I've got your mohair and your Surrey, your lace weight, those fluffy kind of yarns, and then everything else goes basically from sock weight through DK. Aran weight is available in sweater quantities on custom orders, and I have lots of chunky yarn in stock as well. So yes, this, for anyone wondering, is the Simone sweater by Gabriella Makes. I test knit this. This is my Aran base, BFL Aran, which is lovely and cosy. And this is the Sage Advice colourway. What I will say is some of my base colours and bases are out of stock at the moment. So if you see something today and it's gone out of stock or sold already, please drop me a DM. There's also a messenger pop-up on the site. You can chat with me directly through that, and I will happily custom order, dye anything for you. So let's get on to the squishy goodness, because I run out of time so quickly on these things. This is my merino singles selection. I've gotten quite into these lately because they're so fantastic for shawls. I'm trying to keep an eye on the comments. If I miss it, please pop it back in. And then on this side, these are my sock yarns. My preference for sock yarn is BFL nylon. So these are 75% blue-faced Leicester, which is a lovely British breed of sheep. It's not quite as kitteny soft for merino, but personally that's not exactly what you need in a pair of socks. You want something that's going to last a little bit longer. But almost anyone that I've talked to about BFL, I'm doing this again, I do this every live, I'm just like, oh my god, try blue-faced Leicester, it's so lovely. Has not regretted it, and they're like, oh, I'm surprised at how lovely and soft this is. This shawl, stuff is falling over. This shawl is made from BFL, so merino singles is lovely for shawls, but you can use, I call it sock yarn, but you can use sock yarn for anything. This is sock yarn. This is the boxy sweater in my Swamp Monster colourway, also in sock yarn. So, yeah, don't be put off if you're not a sock knitter. This is my DK weight base, which is Marmalady, here knit up by my lovely mum. And this is the Chicane sweater by Jimmy Knits. This is called the Tendril Shawl, and that was crocheted for me by my lovely friend Christelle. And down here we have a chunky knit. So this is my merino chunky base in Tealing My Heart. And this is the Ursa sweater by Jacqueline Cieslak. While we're down here, we'll pick this up. This is a Speckle Fade kit. I only have this one left, but this is 300 grams of merino nylon yarn. Again, so you could, depending on the size, obviously, you can, so this is about 1250 meters altogether. So good for a sweater or a top or a fantastic fade shawl. That would be absolutely beautiful. Something like the dotted rays. I've been thinking about taking these, but I'm being good. This is Disco Goth. I know this one is currently out of stock. I mostly dye it to order because the dye method is a pain. But it does look stunning. So these are my mohair yarns. They really glow. They look so lush. Ideas to do mohair with, a lot of the time it is held double with something. A fantastic sweater is the Love Note sweater, very popular in the last year. You've got something like the Birds of a Feather shawl by Andrea Mowry, which holds fingering weight in a chunk, and then you have a mohair chunk as well. Yeah, hello to everyone joining. I'll just do a quick mini update for those of you who weren't here quite at the start. I'm Needle and Fred, 20% off everything. And those are the details. I've also got mini skein packs. Yep, everything is good for crochet. I know from experience most crocheters prefer DK weight. That tends to be what I do find. But yeah, this is crochet. Absolutely. I guess if you were saying that about this, you could certainly crochet with it. I've never tried. Mohair dyed to order depends on how much you need, because it's currently out of stock with the supplier. That was the chicane sweater, Sue. Down there. What I'll do afterwards when I repost my live is I will put the names of all of the samples in the description, so that you can all check in on that. These are my sock samples. I love socks. I'm going to start rattling off because I've already gone through 9 minutes of time. Yeah. Oh goodness, I've not even talked about this. This is my snow colourway for Yorkshire Yarn Fest. This is dyed to order. And there's options for 50-gram skeins with mini skeins for your heels and toes, and also 100-gram skeins, and I've got an option for the DK on there as well. So my version of snow was inspired by kind of walking in the woods in winter, where you've got lots of lovely, when it's snowing and there's loads of trees and log cabins, and that kind of vibe. That's my Frost Punk colourway, which was from my Christmas collection. I think it's going to stay because I really like it. Yeah, what else can I tell you about? Okay, before I forget this, these are sock snakes. This is Rainbow Road, this is Marmalady, and this is Honey Badger. She says, and this one is that one, that's Resting Beach Face. And why I'm showing you that is, so I have a circular sock machine to crank out sock tubes with. Yes, Charlotte, I will come on to that just after I talk about sock snakes. But I've added an option to the website now because I have had people ask whether I can crank yarn for you. So if you search sock snake on the website, there is an option to add a yarn cranking service to your order. And yeah, basically what I'll do is if you buy anything, just pop a note on your order. Let me know which one you would like cranking if you buy more than one thing. And I will crank it out, and you can have it's not quite a ready-made sock, but you get your tube. And then what you do is you pop in your heels, toes and cuffs using afterthought heel methods. Lots of lovely YouTube videos on how to do that. And yeah, you get a lovely pair of socks a lot quicker. I've also left it open at the moment. I'll see how this goes, obviously. But if you've got lots of sock yarn kicking around and you would like to have that cranked for you, you can send that to me. It doesn't have to be my yarn, it can be another dyer, and I'll happily crank that for you too. So yes, something I am trialling on the website, Charlotte knows about this, is I've added Klarna. If you're aware of what that is, it's a nice easy way to spread out payments. So if you're after a sweater's quantity of yarn, or for a big project, I know it can be a little bit expensive. So that'll now let you spread the cost over 3 months. So yeah, that is now an option on the website. I'm going to see how it works out, and hopefully that'll make things a little bit more accessible for some people. I've also got lots of 50-gram skeins in the shop, so if you've got kind of base, I would say under 50 size 7 feet, you can get a pair out of 50 grams if you use contrasting heels and toes. I did weigh this sock to check it. I have size 8 feet, so this is a size 8 sock. This weighs 33 grams, and there was 8 grams of contrast yarn used. So this sock, the main body, is 25 grams, so you could just squeeze out a pair. Obviously, if you don't want to play yarn chicken, go with 100 grams, but that is an option. The other thing I'll tell you about quickly, I have 3 clubs. I have a mini skein club. This was the first month's. You can have merino sock or BFL sock yarn, and you get 3 lovely surprise mini skeins every month through the post. Perfect for blankets, scrappy projects, and you'll have 60 grams here, so as we just talked about, you could even make some scrappy stripy socks with these. The blue and red yarn on the sock tube machine was one of my Christmas colourways, Rebel Without a Clause. I think there is one left. Looks like that. So yeah, this is more pooly than normal, but what I've done here is adjust the tension to get the right number of stitches, so it's actually spiralling. It's a good tip for pooling on socks. You can just tweak the number of stitches and it'll change the pattern. Yep, I also have, sorry I'm rushing, I always run out of time. I have a surprise sock club as well. This is the sample cranked from last month's. So again, that's you can choose from 50 grams to 100 grams of either merino nylon or BFL nylon. And there is now a DK option because DK is back with my supplier, which is fantastic. And finally, there is a blanket club, and that is only open for another 2 days. And that is, there's a little bit of a live on my grid. If you want to give me a follow, it talks a lot more about that in depth. But that is getting either 100 or 200 grams of yarn every month, with the idea that we all knit a blanket. And you've got something to work with every month. And then by Christmas, you'll have a lovely huge blanket to snuggle under. And that is open from fingering weight through to chunky. Yeah, lots of information about that on the website. And as I said, if there's any questions about anything on here, I'll be looking at my DMs, I'll be on my messenger. One final sweater, Mellow Kitty by Casapinka. I love this sweater. And this is the Racerback Tank by Jessie May. And this is knit in singles, which I wouldn't normally recommend for a sweater. Each to your own, it's going to pill more than BFL, but it does have a lovely drape to it. So you can knit sweaters in singles. Yeah. All this lovely yarn is on the website waiting for a new home, so please come and adopt some. Lots of squishing. This is the DK. I think we're probably done. We are done. I'm going to have to get off now. So, one last time. These are my details. I would love it if you just came and gave me a follow. Every little thing helps with a small business. So even if you can't buy anything today, we all appreciate your support so much. So yes, thank you for a lovely evening. I hope you've had a fabulous weekend watching everybody today. And have a lovely rest of the week and weekend, whatever you're doing. I hope it involves knitting, crocheting, weaving, anything yarny and squishy and lovely. Bye.